Mike, it's an emergency! I haven't heard from Sarah in 6 hours. Is she okay? What's going on? Please respond immediately! This isn't like her at all! Mike! I'm getting really worried. Should I call the police?
I just tried calling the house phone 3 times. No answer.
Why isn't she picking up the phone? What if something happened while she was cooking?
Linda, please calm down. Sarah's fine.
How can you be so sure? Have you heard from her? Why hasn't she responded to my messages? I texted her first thing this morning, and it's already noon with no reply. I even left her 3 voicemails. She always listens to her voicemails right away.
She might not have checked her phone yet.
That's impossible. She always replies to my messages right away. She never ignores me like this. Something must be wrong. I sent her 3 links to articles about home organization this morning. She usually responds with hearts. One of the articles was about preventing household accidents. Maybe she should have read that one first.
She's busy with housework and has PTA duties for Tyler's school.
She could be trapped under something heavy. Or passed out in the bathroom. Or she could have fell. Why aren't you more concerned? How can a stay-at-home mom be too busy to send one text? Housework and PTA stuff barely take any time. When I was raising Sarah, I managed everything perfectly and still had time to respond to everyone. I can't believe she hasn't responded to me this long. I even sent her a recipe for tonight's dinner. She always tells me what she's cooking or shares recipes. This silence isn't normal.
Sometimes people get caught up in things. Maybe she's taking a nap.
A nap? At this hour? Again, that's not like her at all. Is she sick? Maybe she caught something.
Actually, she might not be home right now.
Is that why you're being so vague? You're hiding something, aren't you? Did you two have a fight? Is that why she's not responding?
Why do you say that?
Because it's not like her to be not responding to me, and you are not even concerned. Where is she? You hesitated before answering. That means you know something. Is she avoiding me on purpose? Did you say something to her about me? You've never liked how close we are.
She has several errands to run today, and she's supposed to go shopping this afternoon.
Shopping? In this weather? It might rain later. But we don't know if she's safe. What if she collapsed at home? I saw on the news yesterday about a woman who fainted while doing laundry. Why aren't you more concerned? Seriously, I am worried sick right now. A loving husband would check on his wife. You need to be worried. You should go home right now, see if she is home, and make sure she is not passed out or something.
She just texted me back, so that's not possible.
Oh, so she ignores her mother but responds to you? She's been so cold to me lately. What did she say? Is she okay? Why is she responding to you and not me? Did she mention me? Is she mad at me? What did I do wrong? I don't know what I did to make her upset with me.
Linda, you're jumping to conclusions. Sometimes people miss messages or forget to reply later.
But I have been calling and texting. I'm just someone who can be dealt with later. A mother's messages should be priority. I carried her for 9 months, and this is how she treats me? I was in labor for 18 hours with her. Does she even remember everything I've done for her? All the nights I stayed up when she was sick?
She might have been busy right then. Please don't overthink it and wait a bit longer. If anything was wrong, I'd know about it.
It'll be too late if something's already happened. I'm getting really worried. I'm going to stop by the house. I still have my emergency key. I should use it. She might need help, and maybe she is too proud to ask. I don't know. Like that time in high school when she had the flu. She wouldn't tell anyone, but I knew. A mother always knows. Something isn't right here.
I'll tell her to message you. Please, just wait for her response.
Fine, but I'm only waiting 30 minutes. If I don't hear anything by then, I'm going over to the house and using the key. And I mean exactly 30 minutes. I'm setting my timer now. You better not be lying to me about her being okay. This reminds me of when she was 5 and got lost at the mall. I found her in the toy store. She needed her mother then, too.
Understood. If I don't hear from her either, I'll contact you again.
Okay, just hurry up and contact her. If anything's happened to my daughter, I'll never forgive you. 25 minutes left, still no message. I'm pacing the house. I can't even eat lunch, I'm so worried. 20 minutes. Mike, this is torture. What kind of daughter ignores her mother like this? You should be more concerned about your wife's well-being. A good husband would have checked on her by now. 15 minutes left. I'm getting my keys ready. And my first aid kit. Just in case.
Linda, I apologize for the delayed response. I'm at work.
You can still reply to a text at work. Are you treating your mother-in-law as an afterthought? I know your company policy allows personal phones. Sarah told me that last month. Your company handbook is online. I checked it myself.
That's not my intention, but there are times when I really can't respond.
Then put me on your priority contact list. I should be able to reach you anytime. What if there's an emergency with Sarah? I had to call your office twice before you responded. Your secretary said you were in a meeting. What meeting is more important than family? You could have stepped out. Other people take calls during meetings.
I was presenting to clients.
It's not like you're doing such important work. If you were a doctor in surgery, I'd understand not having your phone. But you're just an office worker, aren't you? Sarah told me you just make PowerPoints all day. That's hardly emergency room work. You could have excused yourself. I'm sure your clients would understand. Family comes first. Always.
Even office workers have times they can't check their phones. Please stop calling my workplace. You've already called twice this month.
Twice isn't much. What about the other times I needed to reach you? Well, I couldn't reach my daughter for days, and you take forever to respond. Your receptionist was very rude to me, by the way. She said I wasn't on the approved caller list. Why am I not on the approved caller list? I'm family. Did you tell them not to put me through? Is that why they always say you're busy?
Like I said, sometimes that happens, but Sarah always responds eventually, so wait for her.
Yes, but way too late. Do you know how long it's been since I've seen her? 2 months. She used to visit me 3 times a week. We had lunch every Wednesday. And Sunday dinners. And shopping on Saturdays. Now I'm lucky if I get a text once a day. She doesn't even send me photos anymore. I used to get pictures of Tyler every day.
I told you she started a part-time job.
That's another weird thing. Why would she start working now? You should be making enough money so she can stay home. What's going on? Unless there's something you're not telling me about your finances. Are you in debt? Is something going on? Is that why you're working so much? Why didn't you come to me for help? I have savings. I can help a little.
Tyler's starting middle school next year, and Sarah wanted to work since the school can be very expensive.
Middle schoolers still need attention. That's when kids start acting out. Starting a job now is crazy. I read an article about how working mothers damage their children. Should I send the article to you so you can read it? Or better yet, I'll forward it to Sarah. I have 5 more articles about it, all from reputable sources. Did you know working mothers spend 40% less time with their children?
She's not gone all day, and Tyler's a good kid.
All kids need their mother at home. I never worked when Sarah was growing up. That's why she turned out so well. Or at least she used to be before she married you. She used to be so considerate, so attentive. Now she's changed completely. Oh, I think I'm getting sick from all this.
What? Why?
I'm so worried about my daughter, I can barely stand it. We used to have mother-daughter tea every week at your house. Now she's suddenly acting so cold, I don't even know why I raised her anymore. My blood pressure is rising. I might need to go to the hospital. Will you tell Sarah that I was thinking about her if I collapse? The doctor said stress isn't good for me. Sarah knows about my condition. She used to care about my health. Now she doesn't even ask anymore.
Linda, listen. Sarah has her own life. You need to give her some space sometimes.
So what? That doesn't mean she can't do what she used to do. She must hate me now. We used to be inseparable. We were best friends. Is this because I mentioned her weight last month? I was just being concerned. A mother has to look out for her daughter's health. Did you know I helped her with homework every single day in school? She would never have gotten into university without me. I checked every assignment, helped her study for every test. Even in high school. She needed me then. She still needs me now. She will always be my baby.
Sarah's still new to her job. She's adjusting. Could you please give her some time?
She could still text or call. That doesn't even take a minute. I have 2 months worth of things to tell her. Catching up with her was my routine. And this situation is just wrong. I have so many important things to discuss with her. The neighbor's daughter just got divorced. And my friend Susan's grandson is having problems at school. Sarah always helps me process these things. Who else can I talk to about this? My friends aren't as patient. Sarah always knows what to say to me, and I just miss talking with her.
I'm sorry, but I think you're being a bit overbearing with Sarah. She needs her space.
Excuse me? Me? How am I being overbearing? Nothing like this has ever happened before. I'm just worried. We've always been close, sharing everything. She's never said I was bothering her. I'm her mother. Mothers and daughters are supposed to be best friends. What would you know about that? Why would you say that? You can't understand our bond.
Well...
There you go again, acting like you know everything. Is this your doing? You've always been jealous of our relationship. Ever since you started dating her. Remember when you complained about our daily phone calls? How could a daughter talking to her mother bother you? What kind of man gets jealous of his mother-in-law?
What do you mean?
My daughter changed after marrying you. She used to tell me everything. She called me every day. Every little detail of her day. I knew so much about her, even if we were away from each other. Now she keeps secrets, and she barely talks to me. She doesn't even tell me when you fight anymore. You must be telling her not to share with me. Controlling what she can say to her own mother.
Linda, we've been married for over 10 years. Do you get that? She is not a baby anymore.
10 years of slowly pulling her away from me. You did that. You must have been slowly brainwashing her. Even Tyler ignored me completely when I texted him recently. That sweet boy would never do that unless you influenced him. He used to love his grandmother's messages. Remember when he was little and would video call me every day? What did you say to him about me? Did you tell him not to talk to me? Did you tell him he shouldn't talk to me? Are you poisoning my own grandson against me?
That's pretty normal for kids his age. He does the same with Sarah and me, reading messages without responding. That's just what they do. We're not cool enough for them anymore, and the kids just prefer hanging out with friends instead of family.
You know, I get headaches every day because I can't see my daughter. I keep wondering if she's okay and why she's become so cold. The thought that I might never see her again makes my heart feel like it's being torn apart. I can barely sleep anymore. It's so rough. I cry myself to sleep most nights. I miss her so much. I had to start taking anxiety medication just so I can fall asleep. The doctor says it's all from stress. The stress of being abandoned by my only child. My perfect daughter.
Linda, we're still planning to visit for New Year's like always.
That's still a month away. Do you expect me to wait that long? What kind of son-in-law are you? A good son-in-law would bring his wife to see her mother, especially when she's suffering like this. I might not even be alive in a month. Why are you guys doing this to me?
Sarah's doing fine, and she's healthy. I need to get back to work now.
Playing the busy card when you barely do anything important. Are you saying work matters more than your wife's mother? You sit at a desk all day, while I suffer alone at home, looking at old photos of my daughter, wondering where I went wrong. Sarah would never have allowed this before.
Work is necessary to support our family.
If you made enough money, maybe Sarah wouldn't have needed to get a part-time job.
How dare you blame me for Sarah working?
I gave her everything growing up. Every penny I had went to her education. I worked 3 jobs to put her through college. I went without so she could have everything. This conversation isn't over. I should never have approved this marriage. I knew you weren't good enough for her. A real man would make enough money. Sarah could have married a doctor or a lawyer. Instead, she married you.
Tyler, you're home early. Mom and I just left Grandma and Grandpa's house. Where are you? We were expecting you to stay for dinner. Your mom is worried. Can you answer the texts, please? Are you safe? Please respond when you get this. At the shrine with Marcus and the guys. Grandma just kept talking about herself and complaining. It was exhausting. She's seriously losing it. She wouldn't stop talking about how no one loves her anymore, and kept showing me old photos of Mom. It's so annoying sometimes. Said I should convince Mom to visit more. She showed me Mom's old report cards, too, and kept saying how she helped Mom with everything. It was so uncomfortable. I don't know if she's okay. I know it's tough, but what you did wasn't okay. What do you mean? Did I do something wrong? Is this about leaving early? I know I should have told someone where I was going. I just couldn't take it anymore. Grandma was too much for me. I don't think she's right. I found your New Year's money in the trash. I picked it up. Your grandparents gave you separate envelopes. Money is money. You shouldn't throw it away. It's fine. I threw it away on purpose. I had a good reason. You'll understand when I tell you. Grandma was being weird about it. Really weird. What do you mean? Dad, did you look inside the envelope? Both of them? Specifically Grandma's? She made me promise not to open it until I got home. Said it was our little secret. No, I didn't. Well, check it out. Grandma's envelope didn't have money. It had divorce papers inside, with yours and Mom's names already filled out. She must have gotten them online or something. She already filled out all the personal information, even put in your workplace details. She got your company address right and everything. How does she even know all that? What? Divorce papers? Are you absolutely sure that's what it was? When did she give this to you? Was your mom there when she gave it to you? Yeah, I checked in the bathroom to see how much money was inside. Grandpa's envelope had money, but Grandma's had divorce papers. She texted me saying I should stay with Mom after you guys divorce, said we could all live at their house. She said Mom would be happier without you, that you're holding Mom back. She's been sending me articles about toxic marriages and about kids who saved their moms from bad situations. She wants me to show them to Mom. She's been doing this for weeks, so yeah, she is too much. I didn't want to hear her anymore, and I couldn't take it. That old. I mean, she's been sending me messages about divorce, too. I've been ignoring them, but I didn't think she'd go this far. How long has she been messaging you about this? Why didn't you tell us sooner? A few weeks, I guess. She says Mom seems trapped. Says you're controlling Mom, but I know that's not true. Mom seems happier now than before. And you've been dealing with this alone? I'm sorry you had to handle this. You should have told me sooner. I am sorry I didn't notice that. Dad, you just called her that old. I thought we weren't supposed to use bad words about Grandma. But honestly, I get it now. She's not the person I thought she was. I don't know what happened to her. She keeps saying how much she loves us and misses us. But this isn't love, is it? It feels weird to me. Sorry, son. You must be feeling terrible about all this. You shouldn't have had to deal with this. We should have noticed something was wrong. Yeah, but it's Grandma's fault. I don't want you and Mom to get divorced because of her. Mom seems happier lately anyway, ever since she started working. But Grandma keeps saying she's miserable. Grandma's wrong about everything. She doesn't even see how happy Mom is now. Don't worry, I'll talk to Mom about this. Don't stay out too late, okay? Got it. Dad, should I block Grandma's number? She keeps sending me long messages about how families should stick together and how kids need their grandmothers. Yes, I think that would be best for now. Don't worry about anything else. I'll take care of it, okay? Already done. Thanks, Dad. Tell Mom I love her.
Mike, what's going on? I can't reach Sarah. Her line account is gone and her phone's disconnected. Is there something wrong with the phone lines? I tried calling your house phone too. None of my messages are going through. I've tried 6 different times. From different numbers.
Linda, please stop trying to contact Sarah.
What? What do you mean stop? Why can't I do that? Has something happened to her? Is she in the hospital? What is going on? Tell me! Why wouldn't you tell me if she was?
Sarah canceled her phone contract.
She's planning to live without a phone in this day and age? That's ridiculous. How will I reach her in emergencies? What if I need her? What if something urgent happens? What if she needs me? How are we supposed to keep in touch?
No, she got a new number. She's okay.
Well, give me the new number so I can add it to my contacts. I'll call her right away. She must be worried about me. She always worries when we don't talk. Just like I worry about her.
No, Sarah won't be communicating with you anymore.
What do you mean? I'm her mother. You can't do this. This is kidnapping. I'll call the police. You can't keep a mother from her child.
Your presence is causing Sarah stress. You've been pushing her too much and she needs space from you.
Me? Stressful? When have I ever caused her trouble? I've never been a burden to her. I'm the least demanding mother I know. Ask anyone. Sarah loves our talks. I know she misses me too. We tell each other everything. She needs me. You can't do this to her. You took her phone away.
This situation right now is troublesome. You're only contacting her because she cut off communication.
Sarah has always been a good listener. She's the only one I can really talk to. No one understands me like she does. She's my best friend. We've never gone this long without talking. Not since she learned to speak. You've turned her against me.
She's been overwhelmed by your constant one-sided communications. You need to let her live. She feels like she can't breathe with you constantly contacting her.
That's not true. She always listened to what I had to say. She never complained. Never! She always smiled when I visited, and she always loved spending time with me. She let me help organize her kitchen and pantry. She asked for my recipes, and she would ask about tips on gardening. We had our special morning calls.
She might not have shown it, but your behavior was exhausting for her. Coming to our house weekly to complain for hours, calling like a demon if she took too long to respond. It was all stressful for her. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I was just worried about her. I just didn't want anything bad to happen to her. A mother's supposed to worry. What kind of mother would I be if I didn't care? I was just trying to make sure she is safe and not in danger. You make it sound like I'm some kind of monster. This is all you're doing. I just want to be involved in her life. Why? You took my grandson too. Why can't I talk with them? I miss them so much.
Even excessive worry can be a burden. Plus, you are always comparing her to other people's daughters. So-and-so's daughter did this for her mother, bought that for her mother. You never do anything. I'm lucky you haven't completely abandoned me. Sarah told me how much she hated those comments.
I wasn't being serious. I was just making conversation. She's too sensitive. I raised her to be stronger than this. When did she become so weak? This is your influence. You've made her soft.
It depends on how the recipient takes it. I've tried to be a shield for Sarah these past few months, but your behavior is abnormal. And putting divorce papers in Tyler's New Year's money envelope? What were you thinking? Both Sarah and I were appalled.
That was just a little joke. I didn't mean anything. Can't a mother joke with her family? Don't take it so serious. Tyler wasn't supposed to show you that. He promised he wouldn't. Ugh, why couldn't he keep the secret? He betrayed my trust. He should have known better. Just like you're all betraying me now.
It wasn't taken as a joke. That's why I'm telling you this. Sarah and I discussed it and decided to cut ties with you.
You can't do this. This is not okay. She is my baby, and we are family. I am her mother. I'll come to your house. I still have the key. Don't go anywhere now. I'll call the police. I will tell them you took their phones away so they can't contact anybody. I'll tell everyone what you've done. You are isolating them. You can't keep my daughter away from me. I'll tell the whole family. They'll see what kind of person you really are. You are so evil. Give my daughter back.
Yeah, don't waste your time coming to see us. You're not welcome, and we've already moved. Don't try to contact us anymore.
Moved? Without telling me? What? Where? Where did you take them? Is this to keep them away from me? This is kidnapping. I won't forgive you. How dare you? They are in danger. What have you done to them? This is not acceptable. I am calling the police now. You are not getting away from this. My own daughter. My own grandson.
After that, Linda still tried to visit our house, but we had already moved. She couldn't reach me at work either since I'd blocked her number. I explained everything to Tom over the phone and he sincerely apologized. He said he'd handle Linda, which was somewhat reassuring. Later, I heard that Tom and Linda had a huge fight after he confronted her about everything. She quickly became docile when he brought up divorce. Now I hear she's quietly staying at home. They say she cries every day and has aged considerably, but I feel no sympathy. Apparently, tears contain stress hormones, so if she's crying alone and releasing stress, that's fine by me. She seems to deeply regret everything, but it doesn't change how much she hurts Sarah. I just hope she continues to leave us alone. Sarah is gradually getting better, and her bright smile is returning. She was hesitant about cutting ties at first, but now she says it was the right decision. Every parent-child relationship is different, and there's no single right way to handle them. But being family doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want. While I'm not entirely confident about my own parenting of Sarah and Tyler, I hope we can maintain a relationship where everyone shows consideration for each other and feels safe being together.